character is Ozlius. He is a tiefling sorcerer, and I don't have any specific voice. There's basically Ozlius is gonna sound like this, maybe a little higher. I don't know. I can't do voices, but I hope you enjoy.
All right, who's next?
Sal.
Caroline, you go next.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
I'll go after Sal.
Never mind then.
Go ahead, Sal.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sal. I will be playing a half-elf bard named Mercury. And whenever I'm talking in his voice, I will be talking with an even deeper voice like this one.
Good voice.
Deep, quote unquote.
Okay, Plankton.
Do you want it to be even deeper?
It's manly and rugged.
Totally a half-elf.
I'm just kidding. I'll specify whenever I'm like in character or not in character.
All right.
Okay. I guess I should go next. Hello, my name is Caroline, and I'm playing Cassius. He is also a half-elf bard. I don't have any specific voice that I'm going to be trying to use for him, but maybe something lower. We'll see. I'm really bad with these, so if it flops, it flops.
That'll be beautiful.
Alright, well, I'm Evelyn. I would hope everyone watching my stream knows who I am, considering it's my stream. But
Probably not.
nah, I guess not.
Sorry.
No, but I'm Evelyn. I'm going to be playing Uninx Fixter, and she's a little goblin druid. She's 3'2", and she has a pet hedgehog that hides in her scarf named Nibbles. She's pretty cute. I don't really have much of a voice for her aside from the fact that she does stutter because she's a shy person. So that's
Also known
one of the
fact,
main differences.
Maybe.
Hello, I'm Kai. My character's name. I'm playing a human fighter named David Swift. I don't have a voice for him, and I'll just specify when I'm in character and out of character. And yeah.
Leindolah. The world had always known magic, and it has always relied on that magic to not only sustain itself, but evolve itself into the world that is known today. There are some who believe that there was a time when magic did not exist. Some believe it was a gift from the gods, or it was brought with them when they made this plane, while others believe the magic is natural, stemming from beasts like dragons and fae. Nobody truly knows where the magic comes from, but it has sustained life in Leindolah for countless elven lifetimes, and has allowed its denizens to not only survive, but thrive. Here, we see most of our party in the continent of Gremdolt. It is graduation day at the Citadel, and as the 5 graduating students line up in front of the Citadel, the streets filled with crowds ready to cheer them on, the teachers stand behind them, both filled with pride and resolve for what their students have achieved. As the crowd continues to cheer, the headmaster steps out onto the balcony. He holds up his hand high to silence the crowd.
Falkior, after holding his hand and silencing the crowd, looks down on you. My graduates, how proud I am. And though I have done this a few times, never can my heart take how proud one man can be of his students. You have all trained well and mastered your specific arts and styles in your own way. And here you are, graduation day, ready to take on the world, become the next generals or even headmaster once I am gone. And the crowd gives a little chuckle and laugh at this. I'm at a loss for words at what you can do for this future. There are a lot of people relying on you now, and that number will only grow as your adventure continues in this world. But know that your line does not stop here. For though you are graduating, you will ascend to greater heights. I thank you all for your attention and for your hard work. There is only one task that lies ahead of you now. And as your graduates before you have gone, you too must go. On the Scholar's Trail, to each of the towers, there lies in wait a scroll for all of you. A scroll that you must take from the head of the tower and bring back here. This task in itself, however, is not so easy. They will each have challenges for you, and you will face challenges along the way. But you are not alone in this task. You will be given aid, and you yourselves are powerful and more than capable of taking on this journey. I want to thank you all for arriving and showing up, and a big round of applause for our graduating students. And the crowd just starts cheering and going crazy, clapping, cheering, and yelling. He lets it carry on for a few minutes before holding his hand up again and saying, "You are all dismissed. Children, if you will meet with Captain Archimedes, she will separate you into teams, and then you may begin. I suggest you take a day of rest to meet any new acquaintances that you have not met in one of the inns, and prepare yourselves. It will not be easy." And then the headmaster turns and leaves, entering back into the tower. So do most of the teachers, except for one. Captain Archimedes, as you would know her, a elven woman, about 6'7", very toned and well built, but not as big as the headmaster. She turns and she moves towards a table that's got papers on it, and she sits in a chair and motions for the five of you to come over. As the crowd dissipates, there are a few of you left over that were watching the ceremony, just to be there and be present. A couple of you are here for a job that you have been hired for, and one of you was here because your relative was graduating, and one of you is here sitting in a stand getting his instrument ready to play to make a quick buck from the disappearing crowd.
I wonder who he's talking about.
The world may never know. So, we will start with our two students, Ozlius and Uninx. You step up with your other fellow students at a table, and you see the... you know her as Captain Archimedes. She is the head of the school guards and the master of combat. She's very... You've known her to be very stern, but today she's very light-spoken. This is also not one of your favorite teachers because she is who you learned combat from and thus received multiple bruises and the occasional broken finger from during your combat training. But you all step up, and she sits and kind of shuffles through the papers before folding them, sticking them in an envelope, and handing one to each of you. Here you are. This is your certificate of graduation. Once you return from your journey, it will be stamped, thus making it official. Now, I know 3 of you will not be immediately partaking in the task. And she points to 3 of the students, and then she points to you two, Uninx and Ozlius. What about you two? I assume that you will be beginning the task immediately. Is that correct?
Yes,
Phoenix will just give a slight nod, kind of shaky.
I am definitely nodding my head, really excited about this.
Very well. And she passes you to your envelopes. Both has your first name on it, written in black. Then, whenever you are prepared and you've had your team assembled, meet me back here so that I may officially document who you're taking with you. Then you can begin whenever. The other 3 students turn and start to leave when one of them, the half-elf, younger gentleman, pauses and you hear him say, "Cassius! Brother! It's good to see you."
My god, it's good to see you too. I didn't think this day would come for a very long while. I'll admit, you exceeded my expectations. Congratulations.
Glad to see you had such faith in me, brother. Although, I did have a favor to ask of you.
And what exactly would that be?
I don't know if you've talked to Mother and Father recently, but something's come up, that's why they're not here. They've asked that I go back to the estate and keep an eye on things. And, well, no offense, but you and I both know that you didn't exactly end up on the good side of the school. So, I was wondering if you wouldn't help my colleagues. They're off to take their little quest, and they could use a hand or two. You see the other 2 students just kind of keep walking off.
Do I hear this?
Yes, you heard all this. He wasn't being quiet. And this is about, if you're at the front of the building right here, this is about halfway along the bridge that connects from the gate to the tower.
Okay, I'm going to take his hands in mine, and I'm going to say, because it is you asking, I will do this. But if things go south, don't expect me to stick around for long.
Fair enough. I'll take what I can get. Come, let me introduce you. And your hand's still in his. He turns and heads back towards the table where Uninx and Ozlius are. Uninx, Ozlius, allow me to introduce my brother, Cassius. He has agreed, though hesitantly, to take my place on the journey and help you 2 out. And he kind of stands to the side, letting you 3 take each other in.
Oh, you best believe there's just a forced smile, and he's like, the pleasure is mine.
Been a while.
It has.
And you see at the table, Archimedes has her hand on her chin, just kind of watching, looking at you, Cassius. She's not saying anything.
That seems like a good sign. So I guess you're
boy.
joining us then?
Yes, my brother has asked me to take his place for this, and I understand Johannes is needed at home for something I'm not privy to. And that sentence in itself is said with a hint of disappointment, frustration.
Johannes will kind of pat you on the back. I'm not too akin to it myself, brother. They haven't told me much. They just said they needed someone to watch the estate. I don't know why they picked me. Maybe just because I just graduated, I'm not sure. But I'm just reinstating what was told to me.
That's fair. Well, Ozlius, it's been a while since I've last seen you. Maybe 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
If you're going to be on this journey, why don't we catch up a bit, talk? Maybe not here. And I'm just going to
Yeah.
shoot a glance over at Archimedes, who is watching us. Of course, I believe I have to sign up first.
That's correct. You hear Archimedes say from behind before taking a pen, turning a piece of paper around, and placing it out in front of you on the table. If you would please just sign your name, I can put you in the group with them. Although 3 doesn't make much of a adventuring group, now does it? And as she says,
of course it doesn't.
and as that is said, David,
Hello.
you recognize the person who hired you sitting at the table. You were there at the graduation ceremony only because you had a job to do. You weren't there to see any of these hosh-posh mages graduate, but money is money. So you head towards the table where the 3 former students are, or 2 former students. Oh no, technically 3 former students are. And Archimedes sort of perks up and says, "Oh, you must be Mr. Twist. Been expecting you."
Hello. I am. Yes.
Well, since you're here, these will be your traveling compatriots. This is Uninx, Ozlius, and Cassius. You're being hired to protect them, but first I will need your signature. And she puts the same piece of paper that was in front of Cassius. She slides it over and the pen towards you, David.
I quickly sign my name and give her the paper back.
Cassius, did you sign?
Yes, I do.
Okay. She takes it. All right. Well, the maximum you're allowed is, or the minimum you're allowed is 5, so you're going to have to find at least 1, maybe 2 more people to join you on your little quest before I can officially release this. There's no time limit. Just come to the Citadel and find me. I'll be waiting here for at least 2-3 more days, but once it hits nightfall, I'm going to bed, so don't bother me. Understood?
Yes.
Understood, ma'am.
She looks at you, Uninx, waiting for a response.
Uninx will again just shakily nod her head. Not saying much.
I feel like this entire conversation you're just bobbleheading a lot.
Oh,
Pretty much.
Archimedes will kind of
nice.
shake her head before, all right, off with you then. And with that, I'm assuming you 4 will be heading back into the main town area. You would know that there are 3 inns to choose from. The first is the Brass Goose. Cassius, you would all know of this one, but I feel like Cassius, you might be a tiny bit more familiar with this one than the others. The Brass Goose is one of the cheapest inns in Hofkeenla.
My man.
And it is more of a party-oriented inn. So people don't usually go there to sleep as they do to party. There are rooms available, but it's mostly for the times. There's also the Olive Branch Inn, also set up for lower income, lower class citizens. But this one doesn't have a tavern where you can eat and drink. It is just 4 rooms. And then there is the youthful fountain. Ozlius, you would be familiar with this one. Your parents probably would have taken you here once or twice. This is a very high, lavish, extravagant, posh inn. There in the lobby literally has like fruit bowls
Fountain.
and a fountain and small little not puddles, what's the word I'm thinking of, like little baths that you can clean your feet in. They have a heated spa, massage areas. It's very nice, but it is pricey. So those are the 3 inns to choose from as you head back into town. And as you do, right at the entrance of the gate, there is a half elf who is playing his heart out and singing to the exiting crowd. A good dozen had stayed to watch him perform and tip him. We cut to you, Mercury.
Mama didn't want to say goodbye. I'm only singing different lyrics. This is Sal, by the way. Just speaking. I'm only singing different lyrics. Copyright reasons.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
First episode we get copy
I see a group of people walking towards me, and I sing a little bit louder to try and get their attention. So
Right.
that they can give me money, of course.
So as you 4, David, Uninx, Ozlius, and Cassius, are passing, you hear a familiar voice to most of you. Besides you, David, other 3, you've heard this voice before, causing mischief and trouble in the school halls when he attended there. But it's been a while. But you do recognize Mercury being one of the other dropout students, who is also a bard, but it's completely coincidental. He's also half elf, but again, completely coincidental.
Also in this town, completely coincidental.
100%.
I'm actually going to wait off to the side of the crowd until he finishes playing, because I'm going to see about talking to this man.
Okay, so you step to the side of the stage.
And just to confirm, I would totally know of Mercury and his antics, correct?
Yes, all 3 of you who are students would know. David, you wouldn't recognize this man as a student, but you have heard the name Mercury. He is a very skilled performer who has played in multiple inns across multiple towns, and he is very skilled. Not very liked by nobles, but not hated either. But lower class citizens love this guy because he is an absolute unit of entertainment. What are the rest of you doing, Ozlius and Uninx?
Uninx is just gonna kind of stay with the group because she doesn't want to be left alone at this moment, because she'll have to continue with them on the mission.
Okay.
I
Ozlius?
will let the rest of the group go, or no. I'm going to catch up with you guys later if you'd like to head off to the inn. I'm going to stay until the show ends.
I mean, I want to listen too.
I do want to listen.
They love me.
Alright, so you all decide to sit and listen as Mercury plays. How long would a set be for you, Mercury? How many songs would you do in a row before taking a break or calling it quits?
It would take me about 15 minutes. So I would do like 3 songs. So, yeah.
Okay. So you wait there about, you said 3 songs? That's about 12 minutes.
Yeah,
And
about 12, 15 minutes, somewhere around there.
so you three sit and listen as he sings and plays. The crowd of 12 slowly becoming 10, then 6, then 4. Each one dropping a few coins in the coin purse. But yeah, they don't stay long. And at about the 15-minute mark, when it's obvious that you've finished, the final 3 besides our group here drop some copper pieces in and take their walk.
Thank you guys. I think I recognize you guys from the school. Did you guys, I think it was like 2, maybe 3 of you that graduated today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were 2 of us, but frankly, I'm more concerned with what exactly you're doing here. Didn't you drop out?
Yeah, I did drop out, but I heard that you guys were graduating, and so I knew that this place was going to be pretty busy, and I kind of wanted to make a few extra bucks. So here I am with my little buddy. I opened my my coat to show off my little cactus. His name is Prick, Little Prick.
Does he have a smiley face? I need to know. Does he have googly eyes and a smiley face?
He has real eyes. His mouth is actually drawn on.
Real eyes.
Yeah, those eyes.
Disturbing.
Yeah, you see this little cactus when he pulls it out of its little pouch. Its eyes are still closed, but it kind of like flutters them open, and it's a small round cactus that's just sort of sitting in a pot with a little smiley face drawn on, and it kind of just looks around and looks at all of you. It's got tiny little black eyes that kind of just move around on its cactus head.
He doesn't say much, but he's here for emotional support. Sometimes I get really sad on stage, but this little guy helps me. I can't really pet him because he'll hurt my fingers.
So you say it doesn't say much. Does this thing talk to you?
No, this thing doesn't say anything at all, but like I'll talk to him like if he's talking to me though.
Uninx, hearing this, is just gonna kind of look over to the fellow group members that she's now belonging to for this mission, and she's just gonna make the little crazy symbol with her fingers towards her head.
Yeah, I agree.
Catching this, I'm just gonna shake my head and tell him, you really have gone off the deep end, haven't you? I mean, I don't mean to insult you, but perhaps maybe we could get some drinks and you could tell me the tales of yourself and your cactus.
Well, you know, being on the road all the time gets a little lonely. So, yeah, I guess I kind of did go a little bit insane, but whatever.
In Mercury, as you get ready to leave, you go down and to pick up your little pouch that you had set aside for money collecting. And I, first of all, want to apologize because you can look in the Discord chat. I rolled for this. You got 1 copper and 1 silver piece.
Wow.
So
Oh no.
you would probably go to guess that one of those last 3 that was there probably, instead of putting coins in, snagged a few coins out.
It's alright. This happens all the time. I don't really...
But yeah, I'm so sorry. I rolled for that and they both came up ones, so my bad.
That's fine, I guess.
Because it's a nat one of them is dead, so it's not usable.
Also, you're echoing through each other's mics, just to let you know.
Oh, Toast, get disconnected. Just so you know, Toast.
That bad because I haven't muted on.
What? I am?
Yeah, you just disconnected from tabletop. Yep.
Alright, just give me a second.
Tabletop is sassy. It kicks some of us out sometimes.
Yeah. Also, this is our first time sort of doing this on this sort of thing. We're all a little inexperienced with it, so If
Oh,
we have
what the
technical
heck is
difficulties or
hell?
anything, give us a hot minute. But yeah, so you now 5 adventurers have your choice of inns to go to. The Brass Goose, the Olive Branch Inn, which you probably wouldn't pick that one because it's mainly just used for rooms and sleeping,
It's more of
or
a spa
the
retreat,
Youthful
honestly.
Fountain.
Oh, I
Oh,
meant
I'm
Youthful
going to
Fountain.
recommend the first one, frankly, because
It's cheap.
I myself am a bit short on coin. Unlike my brother, I don't coast off the wealth of our parents.
I mean, I have nothing to argue for, so yeah. The Bronze Goose, was it? Or the Golden Goose? Bronze?
Brass.
Something
The
like
Brass
that?
Goose.
Brass Goose. Brass Goose.
Who's gonna buy me a drink?
Unfortunately, I was going to leave that up to you. But if that's all the coin that you have on you, I could probably spare something.
Why, thank you, Cassius. You were too kind.
But in exchange, you have to tell me what exactly you've been doing all these years,
And what's with the cactus?
Sounds like a deal.
and how you got that cactus, of course.
Oh, somebody threw it at my head at one of my little concerts I was having at this small town. I don't remember where. I was drinking a little bit, so yeah.
I think he got assaulted.
Please tell me that you caught it.
Of course I did. I caught it. It was aimed right for my head, though. I seen it coming like towards me, and then I caught it like a baseball.
What's a baseball?
Also, real quick,
That would hurt it more.
thank you, DKCC96, for subscribing. No, the follow. Thank you for following. I know how Twitch works.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You will be disappointed.
Probably.
Wow, thank you for the great advertisement, babe.
Hey, no problem.
I mean-
That's what I'm here for.
Hey, honestly, right here.
What's
I
happening?
mean, we don't start off as experts with this. We have to learn and grow.
Get to work our way up.
And
Okay.
you
Might
for
fall down
joining
a couple of
us on this
stairs.
journey.
So the party is going to make their way there to the Brass Goose. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you head off through the streets, having to go through the square where a few merchants that sell little trinkets and odds and ends try to get your attention, but there's partying to be had and pockets that are empty. So let's not waste any coin on that stuff. And you head.
Can't afford souvenirs. We're broke.
No, not yet. So you head to the inn. It's not as packed as it usually is, but it's still pretty rowdy. Those of you who have been here before, which probably all of you would have set foot in here at least once, maybe not you, Uninx, because you're fairly timid and this is a party scene. But you all make your way in, finding the first empty table you can find to sit around. There's a couple groups of people, and the stage is currently empty. Everyone was busy and at the graduation, and now they've gone home, so it isn't too busy, but there's a few stragglers in here who are drinking, a couple at the bar, and a group of 3 sitting at the table playing cards. The tavern worker, who those of you familiar with, named Alice, comes up. She's a human, about 5'5", blue eyes and a blonde ponytail, very light skinned, very graceful. Comes up to the table. Hello, welcome to the Brass Goose. What can I get you started for?
Just some food to start off with. I mean, it'll be on me. Why not?
Very
While
well.
you're covering the food, I can cover the drinks. What would anybody like for refreshment, alcoholic or otherwise?
Uh, a big question. What is the D&D equivalent of the drinking age?
There isn't one because these people couldn't give a fuck.
Good point. Beer.
Also, don't deny yourself. You just graduated today. Have a little spirit and celebrate.
I guess. I mean, technically, we graduated, but we still have to do the trial, which is going to take a while to finish.
Hey, maybe you should be a singer. A trial that's gonna take a while. I'm gonna write that down.
He rhymes it. By the way, I'm back. If you guys didn't hear.
Perfect timing. Okay, real quick. What's the typing going on the right side of the?
Oh, that's me.
Okay.
I thought it was my notes. My bad.
I mean, I can see it.
They're showing for everybody, I think.
Oh god. I
So
know the
did
secrets.
you look in the rules, or how did you get to that?
No. It's bottom right corner. It says edit note. Click on it, and there's a notepad.
Oh, nice.
And you can just copy and paste.
Notes.
Yeah.
Okay, if y'all want to keep that there, that's fine. It won't bother me. It's up to y'all.
That was my fault. Give me a moment.
Second, would you care to take a second to sort of explain who you are and who your character is to our viewers who are watching on the Twitch stream?
Okay. Hello, my name is Autumn, Kota, or Carl. That's my name for reference of who I am. I am playing a full human, very human, rogue swashbuckler, and yeah, 6 foot. What else do I say?
What's your character's name?
Name character.
Salem Whisper. My bad.
Okay.
Salem Whisper is my character name.
So, since you're here, Salem, as the rest of you are sitting down ordering, you previously had gone to the Citadel Tower asking for Ozlius. They said that he had just graduated and had just left. They weren't sure where he had headed. So you took a very lucky guess and headed towards the Brass Goose, a tavern in this area that you yourself have never been to, but you did a little research before coming here. So you made your way into the Brass Goose, and the first table that you see sits a group of, they look like ragtag adventurers, and one of them happens to match the description of the person you're pretty much employed for. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
So you enter, and they are sitting at a table.
I completely forgot that most people will not understand the description of my character. I am a gray teifling with black hair. I am in fact a teifling, if I haven't already said so. I have a large wizard hat. People might mistake me for a wizard, but I am in fact a sorcerer.
It's a common misconception.
I'm still just as squishy though.
Okay.
So yeah.
He is baby by proxy.
Yep. Anyway, that is the description.
Yep.
So Salem, you enter the Brass Goose and see your intended target.
Are we gonna do anything? Are we waiting or no?
Then he would, he would just walk around, like at an angle, so you can keep an eye on him.
Okay.
For what? For now?
In the bar, I explained this to them. In the tavern, there's 2 people sitting at the actual bar. The bartender just sort of cleaning glasses, and then there's a group of 3 sitting at another table playing cards. There's 2 other empty tables and 1 long table in the corner. And as you pass by her, the barmaid or the tavern worker, Alice, will say, "I'll be with you in just 1 second," as you walk by, and then she will turn back.
Mhm.
Apologies, what was it you were getting? To the rest of the group.
Just a round of beer and what do you have to eat here?
Well, we have some soup. We have a basic meal plate with, a basic ration meal. We have some bread, some cheese. Not a lot.
Uh, I guess some food for the table and some beer. I don't know what everyone else wants. I'm just so enjoying.
Well, I would definitely support that. Let's get basic meal for everybody here and pick your liquor.
Uninx will kind of look over at Alice and say,
I'm sorry?
"Can I have a banshee's breath?"
A banshee's breath?
Yeah.
I don't believe I'm familiar with that one.
I'll message you the recipe, don't worry.
Well, you have to tell it to her.
Well, I use berries, and it's really sweet, and it's kind of like mint gum, and it feels really cold when you drink it.
I'll see what Harridan can whip up for you. But no promises on that.
Thank you.
So 1 banshee's breath. Just stop playing around on the board. 1 banshee's breath for the small one, and a round of beer for the rest of you, and 2 meals.
I guess.
Actually, could I not have a beer? Could I just have a water?
Fair enough. So 2 meals, 4 beers, a water, and a special drink. She kind of writes on her notepad, seemingly doing math for the order. While
I'll take some.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll take a moxie, please.
And she writes it all down and says, "Let's make it 1 gold for the table, and I'll get you all your foods and drinks."
Alright then, I put a gold on the table.
She picks it up, sort of bites it just to make sure it's real. "I'll be right back." She goes back, sets. If you watch her, she writes down on a notepad and sets it at the bar before moving into the back room where the kitchen is supposedly. The barkeep picks it up, kind of looks at it, gives it a squint. He kind of mouths, "What the? Okay." And he goes back into the kitchen, comes back with some fruits, and starts pouring beers and making drinks.
A random pineapple.
Alice comes back out after dropping off the order to the kitchen and heads to your table, Salem. And she says, "Sorry about that. What can I get for you?"
I'll just take a water and just a basic meal for the day.
Water and basic meal. 6 copper.
He'll pass it over. Yeah, a gold because he doesn't have any copper on him.
You want your change?
Yes, please. I'll give a tip later. But for now, I'll have my change.
She kind of smiles at that and turns, heads to the bar, reaches in the bag, pulls out 9 silver and 4 copper before returning, puts the money on the table. And you see that she kind of does it discreetly. Like she does it quietly, and she kind of cups her hand over it so that other tables can't see. Before making her way back and dropping off the order. One of the people at the bar gets up, places money on the table, and walks out.
Okay.
So, Cassius. How was your journey
Cassius.
been? Cassius.
I see you haven't changed, Ozlius. Well, there's not too much to say about my journey. I should be asking you how your schooling has been this whole time.
Well, practice makes perfect, as I have been told over and over again. School's been nice. I think I'm like the best player right now.
Salem, I will fight you.
What happened? What?
That wasn't him. That was his, I think, brother in the background.
Okay, that's fair.
Huh?
There was someone in the background we heard say, "I think I'm the best player here right now," and it came from your mic. I don't know if it's
Yep,
like
it's playing some Rocket League.
Yeah.
My bad.
You're
Oh,
fine.
that's fair.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh, I know why. My
Who's
brother
right for PvP?
or something put everything to high sensitivity. I'm lowering it.
Okay.
Well, I've been learning some new magic, and I think I got the hang of most of it. And, the physical trading, that... I don't want to talk about that as you... Ugh.
I have to admit, I don't really want to talk about that either. I would prefer not to remember it. Just war flashbacks to like doing burpees in the mud.
Just...
And
On
just
the
a
bright
very
side-
big fleshed out obstacle course with targets on the sides for spellcasting.
On the bright side, we don't have to do that again. Well, turns out I have a special ability that makes me very good for punching bag, which makes it very bad for me. So, I'm so glad
would
I
you
don't
care
have...
to explain?
Let's wait for the drinks and then I'll show you.
And at about that time, you see Alice return with a tray, and she passes around a beer to most of you, a water to David, and a smaller glass to Uninx. And she says, "Well, there's the drinks. Food should be out shortly. Let me know how that comes out, little one."
Thank you.
She nods and turns back around.
Yeah, with the beer out on the table, Cass is just gonna take a sip and go, "Ugh, tastes like shit," just as I remember. So you, little one, you haven't talked much. Who are you? What do you do? I presume I should know the people I'll be traveling with.
Uninx. And I do magic, obviously.
Charming. Where are you from? You don't see too many goblins around these parts?
I'm from Ranjun. Is that how you say it?
Han. Sorry.
I think I said it right.
Yeah, it's Ranjun, but yeah, close enough.
Okay. Okay, there. but yeah, I'm from Ranjun.
And if anyone who wants to, besides Uninx, would you make me a history check?
Sure.
Wonderful.
anyone who wants
That
to.
is.
Ooh, the big rolls chat is getting some use.
First rolls of the campaign, besides the ones that flopped.
Except for money.
Nice, nice, nice.
That's a 6, my man.
Some powerful stuff. There you go.
That's a 14.
There you go. Ooh.
19.
Okay.
That's a natural 20, though. That's
Yeah, that is. Wow. Okay.
unnatural 19. That's. Now that's how you start a campaign.
Salem, if you wanted to roll, you could also.
Yep.
Since you're watching them.
What's the roll? History?
Yeah, history.
What's it for?
But he's not on the
You'll figure out in a second depending on what you get.
No, is it a history check?
Yeah, it's a history check, yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll. It's just straight D20 for me, so.
Thank you.
10.
Okay. So everyone but Cassius, who is just kind of trying to make conversation, would find this a little bit strange because Ranjun is home to the Wildkin. And she's not considered a Wildkin, so it's a little strange, but not too much because all of the territories are open to everyone. But it's just like, huh, interesting.
Okay.
Well, this went directly over my head, so I'm just going to respond with fascinating. I presume you've traveled a long way to be here. Though you were going to the school prior. What type of magic do you practice?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? My niece is in here and she was talking.
That's
last.
fair. I'm asking, what type of magic do you practice?
I like to work with nature.
I'm so sorry for the shade that this is going to cast, but Cass is just going to like lean back into a seat and be like, ah yes, one of those.
Uninx is going to cast Druidcraft and have the smell of a skunk appear right in Cassius's immediate vicinity.
So,
Ooh, oh boy, we're doing this.
Is that a dex save or something?
No, it's
no.
just magic.
So,
No, it's straight magic. So
And
After-
remind me, TM, spellcasting is very obvious.
yes, unless you are a sorcerer with the subtle,
Okay.
and unless it doesn't require any components, which spells do.
Or some magic.
Yeah. After the comment you make, Uninx sort of waves her hand, and then you smell skunk. And it's very strong.
Wonderful. Okay, I will stand up and I will tell her. Do you think that you're funny doing this? And that is...
yeah.
Damn.
Well, I hate to tell you that your joke has fallen flat, and that's going to be a cast of vicious mockery.
Okay.
Mercury's
make a
just
wisdom
laughing his
saving
ass
throw.
off.
She might succeed. She has.
She
good
probably will
wisdom.
succeed, let's be honest.
You said a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. And I'm going to continue speaking, and I'm going to say...
Alright, one second.
Though I don't know exactly where you came from, I would remind you that we'll be traveling with each other soon, so I'd recommend that you remain civil. That's going to be a second cast of Vicious Mockery.
Sybil.
Civil.
Is Trevor here still?
Yep.
Okay. With this going down, I assume
13 is a
food.
failure, and make a second one for the second cast.
I assume this is still going down, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is happening.
So Salem, I assume the food came out, right? Food and drinks.
The
Or
drinks
just
have, the
right?
food has not.
Okay, so with this cup of water, and blatantly ignoring the two spellcasters about to punch each other in a duel, he
Punch each other
will
with the magic.
calmly go to Ozlius and tap his shoulder.
Okay. Give me 1 second on that.
Yep.
Eve, can you roll another wisdom saving throw?
Ignore my terrible spelling.
Wisdom.
Well, so that's 3 damage total, so not too much, but your head is ringing a little bit as Cass speaks. And I'm going to finish this up with, I advise that you stop whatever magical shenanigans you're trying right now. And just give a pleasant grin.
All right.
I think you made your way.
And after that,
Uninx, do you take down the druid craft?
I pressed my circle.
Yeah, Uninx will remove the smell of the stomach.
And Cass will sit back down.
Hey, Cassius, I know what you're trying to do, but come on.
and
Directions are key, and I will subtle cast shape water and freeze his beard.
My beer?
Little,
Yeah, I will subtle cast shape water, and I'll freeze his beard.
Freeze the spear?
freeze his
Beer. The
beer.
drink.
Oh, I'll freeze the beer. Okay.
Yeah, that is something I can do with shape water.
Okay. As you do that, since beer is more alcohol than water, you have cooled this beer.
Oh, thank you, friend. And I'm going to take a drink. And I will say, the first impressions are important, but I feel like everybody here at the table needs to remember that, not just myself.
And as she finishes that sentence, Ozlius, you feel a hand placed on your shoulder.
I raise my hand and look behind me.
You just see a male, like a human male in like a butler suit, smiling in with white gloves, saying, "Are you Ozlius Glister?"
Yes. I'm guessing you know me.
Mm-hmm.
Who are
Your
you?
father asked my father to basically be your guard on this adventure.
I will correct you there.
Great.
Your stepfather offered you up as
Oh.
protection.
Okay, no, I see that.
Yeah,
too.
you weren't asked for,
Twist
you
that
were
way.
offered, but
I was offered.
I see. What's your name?
You can call me Salem Whisper, Master Glister.
Oh. All right. Well, good to know.
And he will just stand there and guard him.
Wait. So you put your hand on my shoulders. You tell me, "Hey, I'm your guard," and you just stand still and just stare into the distance.
No, basically
That's-
like stand behind you like a butler, like his hands behind his back.
Well, that's not disturbing at all. I think.
I'm sorry,
I
would you
think
like
we
to
have
take a
enough
seat?
people.
My brothers are so loud. You know
That's
it.
okay. Yeah, I'm asking you if you would like to sit down.
If there's a free seat and probably would, but I'm not sure.
There, even if there wasn't a free seat, there are enough open tables that you could pull a seat over from one of the other tables and sit down.
I
And he'll.
mage hand. I mage hand pull a table, but I make pull a chair. I meant not a table. I don't think I can do that to a table. I mage hand, grab a chair, move it to our table. Take a seat.
Okay.
I
He will nod his head and sits down.
Alright. And as all that is happening, Alice returns with 2 plates of food, 3 on the tray, but she places 2 down before noticing you, Salem, looking over and seeing that no one is at that table. She shrugs, puts the plate down in front of you, turns, walks back off. And then you see a human who's has very bright red skin. This man has been severely sunburnt, but he doesn't seem to care. He's very beefy, about 5'6", and he walks up, sort of puts his elbows on the table, and says, "So, little lady, what do you think of the drink?" You're looking at you, Uninx. Uninx. Eve.
Eve, are you living?
Sorry, we had to have Saul move his car. What?
The innkeeper came up to you and asked how you enjoyed the drink he made.
Unix will have already drinking this entire thing and just kind of look up to him and just nod her head quite violently.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Will you lot be having a room for the night?
Unix is kind of gonna glance over at the rest of her group and see if they were planning on staying here or if it was just a drink.
I mean, might as well get a place to stay, organize our thoughts, and then by tomorrow, officially set out. Before, verifying everything. What does everyone else think?
Makes sense. Mercury, what is your plan here?
He's moving his car, so I don't know if he's gonna respond.
Fair.
Oh, that's what brought it up when I instant claimed adult. I'm kidding. I can't forget the strike. I can't.
Kota, is that you or your brothers?
Oh,
Okay, okay.
my bad. This has been an issue. Cause my sensitivity is so low already, and if I put lower, I'm trying to lower it for my side again, and some of you hear it.
All right, we'll let you know.
Yeah. But the issue is they're so fucking loud.
I moved my car. What was the question?
What exactly your plan was after this?
Can you still hear him?
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. But Unix will kind of look at him and just say, "Yeah, I think that we were planning to stay."
Better.
We can hear him. I can hear him a little bit, but it's better.
Okay.
Mercury, go ahead and respond.
They honestly don't know the definition of sick. Shut up.
Moving his car.
No, I moved it already. What was your question, Trev?
Go ahead, repeat the question, Claire.
What was your plan to do after this? What do you want to do after this?
I didn't really have a plan. I don't know, just to perform here, make a few extra bucks, and then once I'm once the graduation ceremony was over, I don't know. I thought I'd go and get a beer maybe with all the money that I'd made, but
Lot of money.
not a whole lot of money. But yeah, I was probably just gonna move on to the next town and do the same thing over and over again.
Well, I'm not exactly in a position where I can invite you along, but if you were looking for some type of adventure or some type of something other than the norm, we are heading out soon on those two, and I'm going to point to Ozlius and Unix's their graduation quest, I suppose.
Yep, we will be traveling across this continent, so it would be an adventure if you're willing to join us.
Please, I'm lonely.
Desperate?
Sad ending, isn't it?
I told you
guess
guys, the
say
road is
we need
lonely.
one more person, so I guess you could help.
Well,
So,
I hate to say it, assume that someone of your stature and importance would be more of a hit with the ladies in each town. Make it a little less lonely.
No, the ladies is fine, but like, you know, I kind of want one to stay with me. But that doesn't really happen.
Oh, that is the plight of bardhood.
I'm just a lonely bard.
Oh.
So is that a yes?
All I
Yes.
have is Little Prick. He's the only one that stays with me.
yes, we plan to stay for a room. How much
Alright.
for rooms for a day, for a night?
You two are graduates, don't worry about it. I'll cover it for tonight. And
Alright, thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. He stands up and then he stops. Oh, but no more magic casting in my pub. I got enough trouble as it is.
Got it.
Believe me, I will not swing first.
He turns around and walks back behind the bar.
Unix are, what does that drink taste like anyway?
Well, it's really sweet, but it makes you feel really cold. Like whenever it's really, really cold outside and there's snow, that's what it feels like. But on your insides.
That sounds delicious. Can I have a sip?
That sounds
Sounds like a
less than
flavored
kosher.
snowball.
No. It's really good. I promise. You can tell that she's a little more talkative now that she's had something to drink, and she's a little more hyperactive.
Oh, she's cute. But I'm going to abstain and just hold up a hand and say, frankly, after that last bitch you pulled, I don't trust that this isn't poisoned or something.
It's not. I can give it to the other bard if you want.
Yes, do it. Sounds
Be
delicious.
my guest.
Okay, Unix will give Mercury the cup so he can try some.
I'll take a quick little swig. Whew. Man, you weren't kidding. I feel this is making me way too cold.
See,
Only ate the ice.
he's not.
Does anybody have a blanket?
Unfortunately, no. But I've been thinking for quite some time. We have some newcomers to our table. Why don't we just go around to an icebreaker? I hate those things, but frankly, I feel like if we're going to be setting out together, we should know who everybody is. We already know of the graduates. And I'm going to nod to those two again. Unix and Ozlius.
I wave. Let's start off with You, Mr. Whisper? What's it?
That is my name.
Hey, Carl.
Oh, fucking moment.
Carl, yeah.
Okay, so what's the question? What am I doing?
Uh,
My-
Whispers, just who are you? That feels like an important question, but also, I guess you're here to protect me. So I guess you're going to stay in this. You're going to join this journey with us. Tell us about yourself.
Yes. My name is Salem Whisper. I'm your guard, Ozlius. I am the stepson of the Wreath family. I'm a guard.
Good to
That's
know.
about it. You know from me.
A man of few words.
You can say
I
that.
can appreciate that.
Quick and simple.
He hasn't even.
How about you,
Right.
Mr. Twist, I believe?
What about me?
Who are you? What do you do? Tell us a fun fact, I guess.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue,
Get to know.
and I was simply hired to protect you fellows on your adventure. That's all there is you needed to know.
Alright.
Mercury, would you like to go next?
Oh, no. Okay, what would you guys like to know?
Well, I suppose tell us about yourself. I haven't seen you or heard of you since you went to that school.
I got a question. Why did you drop out?
I wanted to pursue a career in music. I really love playing my lute. Yeah, I love singing and I love making money off of people. I mean, I just love performing for people.
A man of quality.
Yeah. No wonder they threw a cactus at you.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
maybe you little prick.
Hey,
No,
you're talking about your cactus, right?
Sure. I'm talking about my cactus. Don't.
You are surprisingly feisty for one who's so small, and I'm going to tell that to Uninx.
Uninx will just give her a bright smile, and then in the meantime, she's just kind of grabbing nibbles out from her scarf because she kind of had him hidden for the ceremony so that they wouldn't see him.
A rat!
No,
Shit!
No.
A rat!
No. No, his name is Nibbles. He's just a hedgehog.
Oh, sorry about that.
a spiky rat. Even worse. Sorry.
So tell me, is this a familiar or a pet?
DM, how do I respond?
This is a pet. This is not a familiar.
I was like, I don't think.
Yeah, you would respond that this is
Pets
a
can die.
pet, not a familiar.
No, Nibbles is just my pet.
Well, I will try and see to it that he sees the end of this journey.
I'm sure Nibbles will be okay. He just stays up here in my scarf.
So he sees the light.
I'm just saying for future reference, if I get really hungry and I
No.
look
If
at that
you
little
eat
hedgehog,
him,
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and do something, and you're gonna be hanging from the ceiling up by 10 feet. Okay?
what the hell? Who is this?
Wait, I'm sorry. Was that a threat or a cast?
No,
I think that was a
not
promise.
cast. That was not a cast. That was Unix just giving a soft threat because he threatened to eat nibbles.
Honestly, if you want to eat nibbles, that is a terrible idea. Don't do it. Shame on you.
I was only kidding, but now I'm kind of scared.
I have seen the things Phoenix can do. She will keep her promise.
Ooh.
I've been told I'm very loyal, so that includes everything I say.
I'm just gonna make a mental note to keep messing with Unix to very small antics, so that I don't incur her wrath. And I'm gonna turn to Ozlius and I'm going to say, my friend, would you like to? Well, I suppose most people here know you. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
So everybody knows him, but nobody knows me? Alright, okay. Whatever. I don't care.
I guess it's because
It's fine,
I guess it's because I
guess.
accomplished something right now.
Whatever. I don't care. At least you know who I am, little prick, and I just kind of play with like one of his spikes.
You're bleeding.
That's fine.
Just, I'm used to it.
It happens all the time.
That explains the bandages. Anyway. I mean, there's really nothing I have to say. We really need to catch up. Where have you been all these years? 2? I feel like it's been 2 years, right?
Oh, almost 3. Well, I can't exactly speak for my own antics. It's really embarrassing to say. I've been in and out of taverns, noble courts, really the likes. I'm sorry, I should introduce myself. Nice to make your acquaintance. For the rest of you, my name is Cassius. I'm a musician, poet, and part-time hype man. Do not ask.
I will.
Let's see. Well, I could tell you stories about myself, but I doubt that any of those would be particularly interesting. I prefer to live in the moment, look at the future instead of at the past.
Yes, nothing really has changed. I guess, I think tomorrow we'll go back to the school, organize the team, and then I guess the bigger question is, where do we go first?
That is a good question. We should probably...
Get a map?
Yes, and start with the closest tower. Regrettably, I'm not too big of a fan of walking.
We have to tell Archimedes about Mercury joining us first, though.
Yeah,
and I believe it was Salem?
And Mr. Whisper, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we'll do that tomorrow, but right now let's just things organized and figure out which is the closest tower. Do we include obturation? I mean, it's right here.
Abjuration.
Is that the last tower we go? Is that the first?
Would not count as one of the towers.
Got it.
Thanks, Kosakus, for the follow. Kosaku, Kosakhus. Kosakus. Thanks for the follow, whoever you are. We appreciate you. No. it would not count as one of the towers since that is technically the citadel.
Also,
Yeah.
could we have a map? Do any of us on hand have one?
In
I
fact,
summon a map.
one of you most definitely would. You would have been given a map whenever you graduated. Since you're going on this journey, give me one hot second to fish that out from the abyss.
Oh, I was just looking at it. Now it's gone. No, it's still there.
Oh. Unfortunately. Oh, there we go.
Ta-da!
Yeah, I
A
was
map
looking at
of the continent.
map.
Okay, so Cass is really not a fan of like long-term travel, so he's just going to like look over the map and just try and figure out the most efficient way for each of these.
I mean,
Well, I'd recommend that probably we should go northeast first, past the Vendrick. We can go to the Tower of Conjuration. Then from there, it's just a short jaunt to the Tower of Illusion.
no, I've been can't wait for the Illusion Tower. And I mean, but from Illusion, anywhere else is going to be quite a long ways away, unless we go to Evocation.
Yeah, and I would recommend Evocation after that. We can go to
And then Necromancy?
Divination, Enchantment, and then Transmutation.
Yeah, but the last one, from Enchantment to Transmutation, I don't think we could cross. We might have to go the long way. I don't know.
Ooh, I would hope not. Perhaps we can charter a boat by then.
Yeah, but it's on the edge of a mountain.
Would Uninx be familiar with being able to walk towards transmutation?
You know that the only known way to get to the Tower of Transmutation that your second parents talked to you about, it was in Malka. There is a tunnel that leads to the Temple of Transmutation that is allowed only to graduates and to mages. And that is the only known means of getting to the Tower of Transmutation.
I know how to get there to the transmutation tower.
Alright.
Would you care to enlighten us?
I kind of have a second family that lives up there, and they told me about a tunnel. It's like tunnel cave thing that you can go through, and it takes you all the way there.
And
Sounds sketchy. Let's go.
you are already... Wait, how do you got that many drinks? Anyway.
People just love me.
Anyway, so I'm guessing, where does the tunnel start?
I'm sorry?
It
Yeah,
starts in Malka.
Okay, so I guess I'm pointing. I feel like at this point we move like drinks to the side and have like the map ready. We're just like pointing at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like we should go to Conjuration, then Malka to Transmutation, and from there we could go to Enchantment, then Divination, then Necromancy, then Evocation, then Illusion. Because it's better if we get rid of I feel like if we do Transmutation first or second, we can get that out of the way. It feels like a long way.
Ugh, fair, and I'm not really game for trudging through such mountains.
I mean, we have to do it eventually.
It's an unfortunate reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do we want to go to Conjuration, then Transmutation, then Enchantment?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going counterclockwise.
We are. And I would assume that somebody would chart a route on the map.
Yeah. I mean,
tell me, are any of you particularly skilled with travel directions?
I have a pen.
That's a start.
I have a second pencil. No, I just have blue. Well,
How are you traveling?
well, first we need to, first we figure out where we're gonna go. Next, we're gonna stay the night here
Okay, have a
and
good
go
dream,
back
lad.
to the school, get everything sorted out with who's joining us, who's gonna be in the team, and then from there we can officially set off. So
Yeah,
I
and I
guess
believe our first
today,
destination would be Conjuration.
yeah, I guess today maybe the last day we'll be in this capital for a while. So if anyone wants to buy anything, they do it now. But for me, I have to catch up on some studying before I go. And
I think I might try and catch my brother if he's still in town. Otherwise, I'm good to go.
tell him I said hi.
I will.
All right. So, what does the party wish to do now?
I think we're staying the night, and then in the morning we're going to set off for Vendrick, and then the Tower of Conjuration.
Okay.
The first thing we do tomorrow is to officially be a team. Go back to the, the school, talk to Miss, I forgot her name. The scary teacher. Yes. Also, with the way that the rooms are set up, do we each get our individual rooms, or?
You're not sure. He didn't specify. He
Oh,
just
boy.
said that the rooms were on him.
Wait a minute. Was there something on him? Was it the room?
You probably need to find him and ask. Are we ready to, get in rooms, or do you want another round of drinks?
I think I'm good for the rooms.
Alright. And I guess we, call for who I assume is the chef.
You
Or, like,
would
the
call
inn leader,
for
or
either. You would call for Harridan. He is the
Okay.
innkeeper. He is the one who came up and said the rooms were on him. He is behind the bar. Right now, he's just cleaning glasses. The other people that were in the bar had either left or gone up to stay in a room.
Guess I'll go up and say, Harridan, I think it's, time for us to set in for some rooms. You said they're on you?
Oh, yeah. Alright, here's 2 keys. You'll have to split rooms. But there you go.
Alright. Thank you, though. And I take the 2 keys. And I walk up to the table, and I hand one of the keys to, Cassius. Cassius, okay.
Mood. But yeah, I will very gladly take one of the keys and look at the other and say,
I guess it's only 2 rooms, so I guess whoever wants to, join me in the other room, we'll just split off, and then rest for the night.
well, these rooms are for the graduates, so I feel one key goes to you and one key goes to Uninx, and I'm going to flick the key to her across the table.
I wish I could share a room with one of you guys, but the only girl here is a little goblin.
You're drunk. Just
I'm not drunk. You're drunk. Off rim,
have the rest of
you.
my drink.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, you can sleep in his room tonight.
Oh my,
I
if we're
know, I
really going
know.
to do this,
Cassius, I think you have to join me because I don't know.
how
Let's be
about
honest.
this? Let's, it's going to be very uneven
I
split,
think
but if you'd like your own room,
I'll
Unix,
sleep
we
in
can
my
make that
room.
happen.
What, you guys don't want to share a room with me? The little prick will kick your guys' ass.
You're eating the cactus. Get that out of your mouth.
Mercury, you can share whatever room I'm in.
I'm fine.
Is he drooling?
Let's get him upstairs.
Alright. You
Azamas,
take one. You take
are
one
you
arm.
good with us being in your room?
I don't mind. Just you grab one
Okay.
arm. I grab the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna help kind of dual fireman carry him up.
Oh, he dropped the cactus. I'm gonna mage hand.
Not my little prick.
I'm gonna mage hand the cactus and just drag the cactus, just behind him.
Don't you drag my little cactus.
It's floating.
Little prick, you're flying.
Oh my god, you are going to be extremely
There's so
hungover.
much spit.
Unix is just gonna kind of giggle to herself and be like, I knew he was gonna be a lightweight.
Yeah, we're gonna get Mercury into the room, put him on the bed, take off his shoes, and cover him up.
Fuck you, tiny little giant cactus.
Who are you talking to? You're on your bed.
I mean, it brings back memories, doesn't it, Ozlius? We used to do similar things back in the day.
Well, now I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, this isn't an everyday occurrence.
I'd be
guess
hoping the same.
Let's not get him drunk.
I only get drunk
You're asleep. Shush.
every day.
You can't just fall off to
Oh
sleep.
yeah.
But if you'd like to go back on the town, feel free. I'm going to watch over him. And Cass is going to take up a seat in the room and take out a lovely little lyre. And I'm going to play a song of rest.
Yeah.
Well, Mercury is trying to get off to sleep, and Ozlius, you're free to do as you please.
All right.
Well, I'm most likely gonna spend the rest of the day. I assume there's a desk or a small table I can sit in, and I pull out from my scholar's pack, which is basically a satchel with papers and such, a book that I brought with me, and I'm just gonna spend the time looking it over and seeing if I can get some new information from it. Rereading. Nothing's wrong with that.
Cute.
I like books.
Nerd reading a book.
You say that while you're half covered in spit and alcohol.
It's not mine. None of it is. It's never
what
mine.
makes it worse.
That is what makes it worse.
Here, get cleaned up. I cast prestidigitation on him.
Thank you. And yeah, I will play for you as you study. And make small talk.
That's in.
All right. What about the other three? Uninx, David, and Salem. What are y'all doing?
He's gonna look where Ozlius is dragging Mercury up with a dead look before glancing over the two, just shrugging.
No.
Okay.
And I assume so. There's two rooms, one room for you now, right?
Yeah, they're in one room and you three in the other room, if I remember correctly.
He would probably ask us to. So we're probably gonna be sharing rooms. So us might as well get comfortable and know each other. If that's-
Unix is gonna grab her key and look at the others and be like, "Are you guys in my room, or are you going to theirs?"
I think their room is full. And don't mind me, I'll just be in a corner. Or just on the side of the room.
It's okay. I'll probably be in a corner too.
Just two introverts. Just in a room.
You
You're
stay
not a sec.
corner.
Yeah. What about you, David? Or Mr.
You both are
Twist?
taking the corners, and I'll take your beds. How wild.
Okay. And Unix is gonna head up towards the room.
I'm assuming Salem and David follow.
Yep.
Yes.
We're following.
Right? Is there anything anyone else would like to do before falling asleep and we skip to the next day?
Yes, I would like to do something real quick in my sleep.
What would you like to do in your sleep?
Mercury, oh no.
Throw up.
Yes.
Okay. You successfully... Actually, roll... No. You successfully throw up in your sleep. It is on the bed.
I was on the good part.
I'm sorry.
I
It's like
keep an eye on him.
Cass was playing as soon as Mercury pukes, there's just kind of like a stop, like maybe a string snaps. I don't fucking know. And I'm just going to sigh and get up and roll him on his side and pat his back.
I cast prestidigitation on him, and I do my best to get rid of the smell of vomit, and I like clean off Cassius again.
We're not going to tell him about this in the morning, right?
I want to though.
I mean, we should probably ask him to either stop drinking or keep in mind how much he can hold.
I feel like the sad thing is he's going to forget.
All right. Anything else before the next day?
Unix is gonna grab Nibbles and kind of just lay him down on the floor and grab her pan flute and just play a little tune for Nibbles before going to bed.
Okay. Are you proficient in this instrument?
Yes.
Okay. Then you do not have to roll.
Yes, the only thing I'm doing is I have the map at this point, and I'm just like making some notes on cities we might have to go to. Like, I feel like the first stop we need to go to is Vendrick. If not, we could take a detour to Glister. But our main goal is the Conjuration Tower, and I'm doing my best to just like write down what I know of the Conjuration thing or places to look up before we go there. And most importantly, I'm looking over my book, and just that's really it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll just a straight intelligence check for me.
I can't wait for that. Not a history or
just straight intelligence.
Great. Are you guys ready to see how intelligent I am?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
8.
Okay. You go through your book to see if there's anything you might have missed or any new knowledge, but nothing really seems to stand out for you. This is all stuff that you've read over and over again about the history of the world and where the magic came from and a little bit about the gods, but nothing you don't already know. Also, do remember that Gilster is in fact your hometown,
Really?
Yeah, I think I just spelled your last name wrong.
I honestly don't know if you spelled it right or wrong, and that's more concerning than I
No,
think
I
it
spelled
is.
it right. It's Gilster.
Oh, you did. Nice.
That is your hometown, so if you did want to stop by there, you most certainly could, and you could see your parents. So keep that in mind.
I would probably say that to a Cassius, like
Cassius?
while I'm cleaning the vomit from everything. You know, he can feel a lot in his stomach, but he just can't keep it down.
That's fair. Well, were you thinking of seeing your parents? Informing them of your graduation? I didn't exactly see them in the crowd here today.
Yeah, I don't know if anything is keeping them occupied, but maybe a quick hello, goodbye, start, and then we just head off from there. Seems like a good idea. I don't know how long that would take compared to just going straight to Vendrick. I'm also very sorry if I mispronounced a lot of things. I still cannot pronounce your character, Caroline.
It's okay.
If we have
Cassius with an S.
Cassius.
If we have any questions on how anything on the map is pronounced, just ask and I will clarify.
Okay, how do you is it Vendrick?
Yes,
or
it's Vendrick.
Okay. All right.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Oh yeah, I am going to keep the cactus on like the table, so there's no way for Mercury to like roll over and wake up with like pricks in his face.
All right.
Because let's be honest, I
I
don't know
think
what's
Mercury
gonna
would
happen
be very used to that. Just saying.
next. Just the idea that you're not waking up with like spikes all over your face.
Yeah, he would be. He would be very used to that. What? He's had.
Oh my goodness.
He's had a little prick for a long time.
He's used to little
Also,
pricks.
I would like to use like a couple of minutes just like looking at this thing, and then just like confused, inquisitive, and then it just winks at me, and I'm just okay. Good night. And I'm just
All right. So as everyone drifts off to sleep, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our 10-minute break.
Well, Ozlius and Cassius already kind of came up with a bit of a route, so we could just present that to the group. See if they're good with a... I saw that! Somebody flipped my mini! Right in front of my face.
All right. So what do you, the party, wish to do? Anybody?
Yeah, let's head off to the school, and while we're there, or while we're heading there, I will present to the party the route that myself and Ozlius came up with, stopping in Gilster first, then Vendrick, then the Tower of Conjuration. After that, we can hit Timbers, Malka, and then the Tower of Transmutation.
Sounds good to me. Anybody else have an opinion?
No.
Nope.
This seems solid.
All right. So
Anywhere that we should avoid, and I'm going to look at Mercury as I say this.
What?
Anywhere that we should avoid.
I have no idea.
if you want to make a history
DM?
check to see if you remember any certain areas being not friendly, you can roll for it. I will say it is at disadvantage this morning because you are hungover.
Yeah, I'll roll for it.
That might be it.
Can I use my background feature with that knowledge?
And what would that be?
Criminal contact, because my background is a spy and criminal.
You would have to meet with said contact,
Okay.
and you're not sure where they are right now.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. If Sam was able to, he'll probably go to one of his contacts and ask what current cities or locations that might be dangerous at this.
Okay, so my history is +1. I forgot to add it to the first roll. Yeah, I did somehow.
Wow. Well, with that information, you don't recall any of the areas you being to recently having been super dangerous. Now, granted, the roads have their occasional bandits and thugs and miscreants, and if you stray too far off the road, there's a chance that you could run into some wild animals of sorts. But as far as known dangers, you don't know of any.
Well, you see, I kind of drink a lot whenever I'm in these towns, so I kind of black out a bunch. So I don't really recall any dangerous towns. I do recall a bit of bandits, you know, in between towns. Yeah, that's it.
Fair.
All right. So you all get up and make your way.
Oh, I'd recommend avoiding that place. Yes, we go to the school.
You make your way to the school.
No.
So, as you head towards the citadel, as she promised, Archimedes is sitting at the table. Her hands folded on the table. And she sees you all approach. She kind of smiles and stands up. Well, I see we've found our little traveling party. Look like a rather able bunch. So you were rather talkative this morning. No, very well. Come here and sign.
Yeah, I believe anybody who hasn't already signed up, go ahead and do so.
What am I signing like my will here or something?
It's just an agreement.
I'm gonna take a look at this document here and see what it says.
It is a blank sheet of paper.
I was just gonna sign.
So I'm just gonna put my name on a piece of paper. Okay.
It is well, it's not blank, but it has the names of the group that you are with right now.
Okay. That's a good question.
What's a good question?
Didn't he say that shouldn't we have a team name? Did I not hear that correctly? Are you leaving it up to me all of a sudden? Wow, okay. How about
A team name is not required.
we would like one. No, I think
Perhaps
having
we
a
can,
teammate is a good idea.
If it's not required, perhaps we can talk about it on the way.
The team name is just gonna be to be continued because we never figure out like what the team name is. We always put it off like for later on.
An absolutely cursed one just came
gonna
to
go
mind.
ahead and-
2 bards, 1 loot.
Wow.
We could also do a boys' night and Uninx. Oh,
Nibbles in the crew.
Nibbles and the funky gang.
Nibbles and the pricks.
It's just called Little Prick. No, Little Nibble.
The pricks. The little nibble.
Little Nibble.
Alright, so on the sheet of paper, I'm gonna put my autograph. It's gonna look nice and fancy.
All right. And she will nod and then push the paper over in front of you, Salem.
Salem will just do a signature. This is typical. That's about it. Nothing fancy. Nothing nothing like Mr. Mercury over here.
She takes it, writes some stuff down, nods and says, "All right, then it's official. You may begin your journey. Safe travels to you. Good luck, and hope to see you back here." And she kind of nods to all of you before packing up all the papers, turning and heading inside of the Citadel. And before she enters, she stops and turns around. "Oh, by the way, no hitching rides. You travel on foot. At least, if you do hitch a ride, don't get caught."
You're saying we have to walk?
Yes. It's character.
Cass looks like his spirit has been crushed.
How would you know if we hitched a ride, though?
Magic.
Magic, scrying.
Whatever.
Like I said, if you're going to hitch a ride, don't get caught. She turns around and heads into the Citadel.
My job.
All right. What do we adventurers do now?
I think that most of us have a bedroll and stuff with our starting equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. I'd offer to share, but...
So what is the party doing?
DM, are we inside of the building right now?
No,
like,
you
is
are.
there nobody around?
You are just. There is nobody around, but you are just outside of the Citadel.
Oh, okay. Dang.
I'm sorry. All right. What do you, as a party, wish to do?
Well, after Ozlius is done buying everything, I think that we should set out with walking
All right.
on foot to Coaster.
What all are you buying, Ozlius? Ozlius, we can't hear you if you're speaking. I see your mic flashing, but I don't hear you.
Who? Test again?
Ozzy Osbourne? Ozlius?
Yeah, I can hear him speaking. It might be on your end. I don't know. We could just leave the call and rejoin.
I don't have him muted or anything.
I hear him.
He's coming back.
He said he was buying a tent.
A tent,
Yeah,
a sleeping bag, and a blanket.
Yep.
I'm back, baby.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Hey!
That was weird.
Hear him now?
Yes.
So, the plan is to buy a tent, a sleeping bag, and a blanket. And some rations, because I don't have that either.
Oh, rations might be...
Join me if you need food. Yes,
I
I
already
like
have 5
goblins.
days. I can always restock and glister. How long is the journey expected to be? Asking the DM.
You're not sure. No one has given you a general time. You're just kind of on your own.
Okay. I'll buy something in glister if I run out.
How long did it take me to travel from Wreath to here?
From Wreath to here, taking the roads. That's a question. Did you take the roads or did you go straight here?
I took the roads.
Okay, so from Wreath you would have went to the temple.
Sometimes.
What?
No, never mind. Temple to there.
Would have taken you about a week.
A week.
Wonderful.
But you also wouldn't have walked. You would have been driven, so it would have taken you about 2 days, stopping to rest at the temple, and then going 3 days.
3 days tops on horse, right? Or on wagon.
Yeah. They would have had your master, not your stepfather, but Ghastly. Ghastly would have driven you. Would have brought you here.
I mean Butler, I think, right?
Yep. So if you're going to Gilster from here, walking pace.
It's about a day and a half. Or 2 days.
About 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
Ooh, lovely. In that case, I don't need to buy anything.
I
From
do.
here to Gilster.
Gay money.
It's about 3 days.
Yeah,
I'm just going to accompany Ozlius and then let's meet at the gates.
Alright, so you are buying a 1-person tent or 2-person tent?
I'm buying a 2-person tent just in case, but I am buying 1 bedroll just for me, and I'm buying a blanket because I don't know how cold it's going to get when we go to certain areas, and I'm gonna buy some rations because food. The amount of rations I'm gonna get is 4 days worth of rations, just in case, and that totals up to 5 gold and 5 silver. Not just take that off now.
Facing junk right now. He's facing junk.
Okay, sounds good. You now have a 2-person tent, a sleeping roll, a 4 days worth of rations, you said?
Yeah, 4 days worth of ration.
Okay. And what was the other thing?
A
blanket. Yeah. You now have all of those items. Is there anything anyone else would wish to purchase?
If no one else is gonna buy anything, I want to talk to how do you say your character's name again, Caroline?
Cassius.
Castius, like cat. Cassius.
Cass. Kind of like
You can just
ass.
remember by
Yes.
Say Cass. They say Cass eat ass.
Cassius.
Cassius with an S.
Cassius.
Yes.
Just add a C to the front of that.
Cassius.
There you go.
Cassius. So ask Cassius. I was gonna say Caduceus, but no.
That's even further.
Caduceus Clay, really? Okay.
No, Cassius. So, have you learned any new spells? Done any new sort of magic on your travels? I mean, the last time we saw each other, I only learned how to do only a little much.
Well, of course I did. I couldn't properly cast until I left there. Dare I say the type of teaching that they do there just really wasn't for me. I learned everything self-taught on the road. And just like for a small little show, I'm just going to cast dancing lights and just kind of like juggle them a bit. And
Is
then
that a
just like kind of
cantrip or
like
a
pop
spell
each
slot?
of them out of existence as they hit my hand for the last time.
Okay, you do
So
so.
I would like to think I've picked up quite a few new tricks.
I mean, that is impressive. I mean, there's so much I can do now, and
No, it's fine.
so much tied to, I guess, an incident a while ago.
Oh, Dracology.
My magic, I learned the hard way,
Oh,
is a lot weirder than most people would believe, and I'm trying to get used to that as I move my fingers, and I basically move my hand over to my face, and my eyes just change colors. They glow a vibrant red now, and then back to
Ooh.
normal. Thaumaturgy, by the way.
Nice. Oh, well, I'm going to definitely applaud your efforts and say that was quite a show. I would be looking forward to see what else you can do.
Same here. I will say, one of the things I can do, you won't be able to see it coming.
Oh. Do explain.
When the time comes, and when it needs to be cast. Anyway, how long do you think we might have to be in the woods and traveling? You don't seem so enthusiastic about walking.
I am not. I don't want to say I'm above it, but I greatly prefer to travel by carriage or cart. Less walking, I guess, less strain on the old hamstrings.
Hopefully, they'll. I'm like talking to myself at this point. Hopefully, at some point, if we can cast something for travel, they won't count us against it. You know, a spell for travel would be nice.
Well, I'd assume that if any of you were able to teleport, you would have already done so. That might be a long way out.
I wasn't thinking teleportation, but you know.
Well, I suppose we will see what comes up. And we're meeting everybody at the gates.
Yay! I have a blanket.
Salem was already there, waiting.
Yeah, I need to ask you. So, how did you become my guard, and why do you keep? Never mind. You already know I'm Ozlius.
Mm-hmm.
You're Salem.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mr. Whispers.
Call me Salem.
Why are you my guard again?
Out of character, I was offered right to be a guard, right?
You
Remember again.
Yes, you were offered pretty much. Your father-in-law. Sorry,
Yep.
I'm still getting used to names. Your father-in-law, Solomon Reith, offered Ozlius's parents to provide a guard for Ozlius, and that's why you are here.
Okay. And he was, with that being said, he's like, my stepfather, basically offered me to be your guard to your father, Mr. Lister, and he accepted.
All right.
Basically. Any
Nice.
questions? Ask your dad.
I mean,
Well,
dare I say, I find it a little strange that the person to be guarded would not know of this arrangement before the day of.
I guess the only thing we can do is just ask the person who did it. And lucky enough,
Yeah.
our first stop is there.
Yes.
So
Might
I
be
guess
just be a surprise gift. I'm not sure.
does anyone have anything else to do that we forgot before we leave?
Let's go. Oh, let's go.
Are we all ready to head out?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Then let's
Let's
do
do
this,
this.
I guess.
All right.
We're on the road
Mercury,
again.
play us out.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Okay. So it is a 3-day
Right.
trek from Hofkinla to Gilster. I will be rolling a d20 for a random encounter chance. It's pretty much.
If he rolls a 1, we
Is
die.
this a per day of travel?
Yes. It's.
Okay, and I also assume that we're going to set up a watch at night?
I assume so. If
Okay,
nothing.
Who can see in the dark? Raise a hand.
Me.
Who can see in the dark? I raise my hand as well. I'm going to guess I have the best vision of night, so I'll be in the middle of the night.
What is everyone's perception?
No,
We
you have
can't
dark
exactly
vision.
ask that because it's a bit metagamey. But
True,
if you have
yeah,
dark
right.
vision, then you are able to see at night.
Okay.
Who?
I have dark vision.
Hey, anyone else?
Take a watch.
I will very gladly be taking the last watch or morning watches. I'm not the best chef, but I can probably make breakfast for us.
Yay, bacon.
I can help hunt for food if you need.
I'll
I can
just
see in the
take
dark
the
too,
darkest
so
of
if you guys
watch.
need me to do anything, I'm here. Just saying.
I guess, shift-wise, it would be maybe Mercury, Uninx, me, and then Cassius.
Yes.
Okay, progress.
So
Hey.
Doing it.
I will say that if there is nothing important that happens in a day, I will skip days. If there's nothing that important happens in a journey, I will just skip journeys.
Okay.
If there's anything y'all want to do during those days,
Conversations.
like hunt or have any specific conversations, let me know and y'all can carry that out.
Yeah. Otherwise, we can just wave it off as a general group small talk.
Yes.
Mhm.
And of
Fast
course,
forward.
if at any time you are doing some form of training or anything, working on something, I will assume that in your free time, when nothing happens and y'all don't say anything specific, you are doing said training or said working on whatever. The roll for the random encounter is pretty much 50-50. So above a 10, there is an encounter. Below a 10, there isn't. Staying on the path will add 5 to the AC. So 15 above encounter, below no encounter. Going off the path makes it regular. Going slowly as to be stealthy adds another 5 to the encounter. So it's pretty much also almost impossible on the path being sneaky to be encountered by anything.
It will give us weird looks though, so
We
Yes.
could just see a caravanning group. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to catch a ride, but we'll just
I
stare
do-
longingly at them as they pass.
I do want to imagine each caravan has a teacher station and just immediately we fail the moment they see us. Which
It's
is
like
very
a kind old man comes
disheartening.
up to us like, "Oh, youths, you look so tired and so sore. Would you like to catch a ride on my wagon?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." They just drop disguise self. It's Archimedes. You all fail.
I honestly would like to imagine. Doesn't drop illusion, just unzips itself, reveals to be Archimedes.
Alright. So I will go ahead. 3 days of travel.
3 rolls.
Ooh.
3.
Okay. So, the first night, the first day of travel, the day goes by unimportant. However, I don't have a nighttime battle map, so you're just gonna have to deal with it being bright.
That's fine.
Yay!
Wait.
Ooh.
Okay, so while you're traveling on your path, headed towards Gilster, you see two very tiny, apparently.
No, they're bigger.
And then they rapidly go inside.
Oh.
It's terrifying. It's horrifying. No,
It has a
separate.
knife.
You idiots! We all got knives. Anyway,
No.
you see
Wait,
two
you got a
men
knife?
standing in your path on the road. Y'all are all over here.
Wonderful.
Road again.
And you're headed this. You're headed this way. And you see two men stopping, standing in the middle of the road. And as you approach, the one up front wielding the shield kind of steps forward. What are you lot doing out this late?
Okay, I'm
Traveling.
going to speak up. I'm going to say, well then, friend, I could ask the same thing of you and your partner.
Oh, we was just wandering back up. And, well,
From where, may I ask?
well, Gilster, of course. We just come from there. But we was headed up to Hofkinla to see that graduation, and we'd done run out of food. We were hoping someone would stop by and offer us some like you lot.
Sucks for you
I'm
then.
gonna look at the rest of the party. Like, do we have anything to offer?
Yeah, I didn't really bring much with me.
Nope.
Me neither.
Well, regrettably, we don't have much to spare, but we are about to set up camp for the night. If you would kindly join us, perhaps we can make dinner for the group.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we wouldn't mind joining you.
So, can I do like a perception or insight check on these guys? Like, do they
I'll
look
do it.
rough? Do they look like regular travelers? Are they overarmed, underarmed?
Sure, you
Have a
can
knife.
make either perception or insight. I will allow you to do either.
Okay.
Can all of us do insight as well, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will allow this to be a group chat, so I will add up all the numbers and take the average.
6.
Looking great so far.
I am the best impression. First impression, 6.
Mine even.
There you go.
That's a 10.
Mine's a 5. Mine's a
You rolled the 6 too.
19. Mine's a 19.
She got the Kobe's though. She got the Kobe's.
I'm the only
It
one.
wasn't a 1.
Also, I like how
That
Ozlius
was-
is facing the opposite direction.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, look, a squirrel.
Here, I'm gonna rotate you.
I don't know how to rotate.
I don't know
It's
either.
just the mouse wheel.
Wait, can you keep
Oh,
it? Can you
that's
turn me
fine.
back around? I think it's just funnier if I'm not paying attention. Oh, look, a squirrel.
These are too big, I think. One size down.
David King, no.
Okay.
Primo.
So I will say that is enough to tell that A, they are terribly overarmed, and they have the sense and look about them that they are ruffians / they are looking for trouble.
Okay.
They look like nice guys.
You guys look a little bit scary, so I'm gonna have to ask you guys to maybe put your weapons off to the side for the night. I'm trying to persuade them.
DM, I have a question regarding like our positioning right now.
Yes.
So we're about 1 day out from Puffkinlaw, and how far are we from Glister or Gilster?
You're about 2 days out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to see how this persuasion check goes, and then depending on its result, I have something.
Okay.
Well, so let's go.
Sam is preparing. His hands is onto his back, pick up his blades.
Where did this guy came from?
That is Tink. Tink, follow Jaw out here.
Oh.
He hasn't spoken a word, but I forgot to mention it, but once you talked with her, Tink came out with a piece of note taped to his chest saying, "I am to help."
Yay.
He's cute. I like him.
Alright, you were rolling a perception, or a persuasion check?
Who flipped them first?
Cassius?
Let's see. Who wanted to make the persuasion check?
Me. I wanted to make persuasion. I would try to persuade them to like put their weapons off to the side.
All right, roll persuasion in
I would like to use the help action to give them advantage by saying, I mean, there's no point for any of us to threaten, so why don't you just leave the weapon to the side?
Are you proficient
hurt us.
in persuasion? Okay.
Persuasion, yes.
Then Mercury, you will roll with advantage.
Beautiful.
I feel like all of us are the persuady type.
No, I have a +0.
A lot of
You
us are
are.
charisma based.
We're the charisma crew.
Charisma's
I'm so sorry, Uninx, but I think Nibble has more charisma than you.
I know he does.
Just look at him.
He's so cute. He could get away with murder. Nobody would bat an eye.
Now I'm afraid.
Why doesn't know?
And
Shank him.
Bye, Noah.
Alright, so 13.
Okay, and what was it that you said exactly again?
I said, you guys look a little scary with all those weapons on you. Do you guys think that you could put them off maybe to the side?
The one with the shields kind of look back at his friend, kind of chuckle and say, "No, these are for our protection. I mean, you're just strangers to us, and there's only 2 of us and 6 of you, 7 counting the big guy. We gotta take care of ourselves now, don't we?"
oh, okay.
I
In
guess
that
you're
case,
right.
DM, which one of these guys looks like they're more so the leader? The guy who's been talking with the shield?
Yeah, this guy.
Eye patch.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna step up. And I'm going to say, like, you're right, but I'll also have you know we're actually not that far out of the city at the moment. Might I suggest that you two leave us be and continue on your journey? You should be able to get there by the end of nightfall. And I'm going to cast Suggestion on the big guy.
Okay.
A wisdom throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay, let me look at stats real quick. What is your... Okay.
I can give you
On
the
my
it's
Discord is
14.
phasing in and out.
I will not...
Well, 3.
I will be rolling in the Discord chat, but I will not be showing modifiers.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. What is your AC? Or what is the DC?
My AC?
Your DC?
My DC is 14.
Okay.
No, what's your armor class?
My AC is
No,
15.
not your AC. I'm not worried about that. That was a mistake on my part.
Mentally stepped.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm telling them to continue on this path, leave us alone, and they'll get there soon enough.
Shoo shoo. That way.
And
Exactly.
to accentuate my point, I'm going to step off to the side of the path and kind of motion for them to go through.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to roll something
I'm
else.
so small I don't have to move very much.
We're in dim. What time of day is it right now?
It's night, I believe.
It's not fully night. It's about sunset. That one's dusk. No, dawn. Dawn? Dusk? Dawn.
Dawn?
Which one's where the sun's setting? Is it dawn or dusk?
Dusk.
Dusk. It's
Dusk.
about dusk. It's pretty close.
Bro, this could be dangerous.
I
I
could
can
just
do this.
attack him right now.
Okay.
Somebody-
The one that you spoke to with the shield, he kind of lowers his sword for a bit, and his eyes sort of fog over, and he's like, "Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should do that." And he starts to walk forward, but then the guy behind him's like, "Hey, boss, what are you doing? It's not a plan." And you hear from off to the side, and give me 1 second.
Oh no.
Da-da-da-da.
Can I bonus action hide?
Yeah, it says that the spell ends if if myself or my companions damage the target, and I am currently holding concentration on it.
You see, no, not all three. You see one bandit run out. Boss, what are you doing? And he sort of stumbles down and falls on his face here before getting up and running over to him. It's not the plan, boss. What are you doing? And he just like ran off from the side. And if you want to make perception checks to see if you can see these guys. Because right now,
I'll do perception.
you saw this one
At this point,
run out of the bushes.
Ooh,
I feel like
17.
at this point, Cassius, I
Yes.
walk up behind you and say, should we just knock them unconscious? I can do that if you want.
Just gonna look at him, look at the rest of the group, and just be like, "Oh, you're right." Crack my fingers, and I'm gonna center a shatter right behind the bandit leader.
I'll throw my knife at the bandit leader.
I cast
We
sleep
should
on
roll
those,
initiative.
Right here?
I cast sleep on those two bandits to the
Yeah,
side.
right there.
Okay, well, first we're going to roll initiative.
Yeah, and then
Yay.
is this a surprise round or not?
No, only because they were planning an ambush.
Okay.
Now, granted, most of them will have to use most of their movement to get to you, and the captain, for right now,
6.
is not.
Ooh, actually, let's see. Can I center a shatter that would get 5, 10, 10?
I mean, you can
Yeah,
always
I
hold
can
your
center
action.
a shatter behind him. Center a shatter behind him so that I can get the two behind him and not reach the leader.
23 is my initiative.
6.
Should I? That is the question.
Oh, hey, I found old Cassius.
Hey! Where was he?
He was flipped upside down. That's why I didn't see him.
He was a stump the
See,
whole
it's
time.
old Cassius.
You're gonna
Beautiful.
roll for...
Beep.
Oh, God.
Ooh, I actually have a hefty
23 is my
initiative.
I have a 3. I mean, a 6. I rolled a 6.
Ah. Let's see.
Everyone's faster than me. This is what happens for turning the other way.
I want to see that. Who here has the plus 13?
Yeah, he got a 23.
Yeah,
I want to see what you've rolled.
He got a 23.
He rolled a 10.
Yeah, he rolled the 10.
His average is 23.
Okay. So, I will say the numbers, you tell me who you are and what number you got. So, I also need to roll. Okay, let me ask you this before we start combat. Do you want me to roll all three of them, all of them at the same time, or one per each enemy?
We could possibly have the 3 bandits go at the same time,
Together.
and then each of the 2 big guys has their own turn.
Yeah.
I will tell you this: they all have the same stat block and everything, besides the one with the shield. The minis are just for flavor.
Mood.
They're unique in their own
All right,
ways.
so we will roll this for the baby bandits.
Oh man, I am the slowest. Why am I the slowest? I look
Because
the
you're
other
facing
way.
the wrong way.
I don't know what's going on.
What is all this action happening behind me?
Natural
If only I
20.
could turn around, but I'm forever forced to face behind.
Don't worry, I'll just make everything explode behind me. Also, I think one of the big ones rolled a 20.
Okay.
I'm okay. Gonna be okay. Will I be okay?
We're probably going to be okay.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine.
Not gonna lie, I'm probably going to cry laugh if we party wipe on the first encounter.
I would feel so terrible.
This will be the shortest campaign. Let's speedrun this.
Okay. So, if you got 25 to 20, which I know one of you did.
Me.
Me. No, you said 25 to 20. Wait, right?
Yep, 25 to 20.
Alright, rad. Awesome.
23, Salem.
Okay. 20 to 15.
Uninx 18.
Sir. But that's because
Uninx 18.
I heard. Okay. 15 to 10.
David Twist 13.
Who painted the Mona Lisa? Wiki.
Okay. 10 to
Sorry.
5.
What?
Shut up. Lower your voice. You're so loud.
I mean,
Honestly,
okay.
that-
So you said 10 to 5. Cass
Yes.
has a 9.
Ozlius got a 6. This is what happens for getting my characters turn around. How do I rotate?
And Oz, you got a
Also, how
6.
I
do
got you.
Also, how do I point a specific area? Like, have like an arrow pointing in a square?
So, on your left side, there should be a line icon.
You can tab it.
You click that. Oh, yeah, or tab. Just press tab.
I don't actually know how to remove these.
They go away on their own.
Cool.
Okay, let's not spam it, though. Let's not. Let's stop, please. Thank you. Okay.
This is what happened when you said they go away on their own.
And each square is worth 5 feet. So keep that in mind on movement and distance. Okay. I believe we are ready to go. So, Salem, you are up first.
Yep.
And, yeah, Salem, you are up first. Uninx, you're on deck.
I have 30 foot, so it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm making next to him.
Okay.
And because I have my swashbuckler, I think I have sneak attack if no one's 5 feet around him, right?
Correct.
Don't forget, you also have fancy footwork, so if you strike, you can back off without provoking an attack of opportunity.
I don't have to use disengage. Then I'll attack with my short sword first.
Okay. Roll to attack.
Yep. D20 plus 6. Short swords. 22.
Yeah, that'll hit. Okay.
1d4.
Wait, a short sword, right?
Short swords
Yeah.
do 1d6.
1d6, my bad. 1d6
Plus your dex.
plus 4, which is going to be sorcerer damage first. Whoops. 7,
Okay. And then sneak attack damage.
which is 2d6.
Alright, we are at level 3.
5.
So that's a total of 12.
Yep.
So, you, in a flash, behind this guy, head is off. Just
Omawomo, Shindaru.
swipe, one swipe of the sword, his
Nice
head
to-
is gone. You insta-killed a enemy, so you have permission to flick the enemy off of the board.
This was his last day of criminaling.
There he goes. Okay.
Perfect. And then I have bonus action, which I forgot. What do I have again for?
You can disengage, dash, or hide.
Yeah, also if
Now-
you're dual wielding, because you made an attack with your first action.
But he also moved his full 30 feet.
I have moved my full 30, so I can dash backwards using my bonus action.
dash.
Yes,
Bonus
you
action
can.
dash to move back where I was.
Dash is double. So yeah. Okay, you run up, behead this guy, and yeet your way back.
Just a dude in a butler suit. Swords.
Color me shocked.
I'm gonna make a quick roll real quick. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Aw. They self-clip themselves.
Alright, next is the bandit captain. And he, since he has not been attacked, is going to use his full 30 feet, I believe he has. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he's just going to saunter on this way because that's what the suggestion
I'm going to motion
was.
to the party frantically. Do not touch him. Do not touch him.
You all, most of you being from the magic school, you would know when to not hit people who are under a spell. So, feel free to communicate that openly. But yeah, he's just walking, doing what was suggested to him.
You don't wake them up.
All right, Uninx, you are up. There is one bandit right here, and you managed to spot one bandit in the bushes over here.
And one of the
What?
bodies are dead.
Oh, right. And, I was gonna do something, but I think I'm gonna change my mind. But, you know what, for bonus action, I will have a hawk spirit in our vicinity here. I don't know how to really draw that, but, you know. In our vicinity, because it is a 30-foot radius. So I'll probably say kind of like where the captain is, pretty much, because that'll contain pretty much all of us. So.
And what are you casting?
My spirit totem.
Okay.
I'm doing the hawk spirit.
Okay.
As a bonus action. Persist for 1 minute. Hawk spirit. Aids my allies and I with keen sight. When a creature makes an attack roll against a target in the spirit's aura, I can use my reaction to grant advantage to that attack roll. In addition, my allies and I have advantage on wisdom checks in the aura. I don't know how to make I don't want to try to do anything because I don't have a mouse, but I don't know if there's a way to make
I
like
guess just summon an object.
Oh, you can
It's just like
you can tab
doodle.
to
I guess you. I don't want to try to do anything just because I don't have a mouse, so it's hard for me.
You
to
can
do
also, if you want to, on the left where it says line,
yeah.
if you click that and then just click, it'll also do it, so you don't have to tab. But you can also tab too, and it should work.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay. Sure. But a 30-foot radius around that point. Oh, it like goes away.
30-foot radius?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I
Okay.
said it should contain all of those.
I think that was right. I don't know. I probably messed that up. Okay,
It's okay.
but yeah, we'll say it contains all of you. I'll try and figure out, see if there's a way that we can get. I'm pretty sure there is one here,
I
but
wonder
I'll.
It's the zone thing. I don't know if that's a way to do that. Oh, no. I guess not, because those are all fogs and stuff. There's you can draw a circle. I don't know how this works.
I'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure there's something in here, in one of these.
I'm just gonna assume that's 30 feet. I don't know. Can you check that? I'm assuming that's 30-foot radius.
Maybe do by one more.
Yeah, it needs to
One
be
more.
like 1 square bigger, because it's 6 squares. So.
This is hard to draw, bro. Oh god.
I know.
How do I undo?
It's a chain of explosions.
Hold on. Give me one
Whatever
second.
you click is this. Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna see if I have a like a spell zone thingy in any of this. Well, we can check that later. I'll just say it hits everyone.
Okay, well, yeah,
I can check that later.
That 30-foot radius, since
Okay, that works.
Okay, yeah, that was my bonus action.
Okay.
And then I am going to. This kind of sucks because I was going to do something else, but hold on. I was going to change my mind about which thing I was doing. Hold on. Okay. God, I have to keep doing more radius stuff. That sucks. Okay. I have to make another radius. So, a 20-foot radius. I'm doing spike growth. The ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point.
Is that a cantrip?
So she used a class ability, not a spell, for the spirit. So she can still cast a spell.
That's a
still
spell.
an action. That's still an action.
But it was a bonus action. This is my action.
Yes, but you can't unless this you can't cast 2 spells in the same turn
It's not a
unless one of
spell.
them is a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a class feature, so I believe that she can put up the Hawk
She
Spirit
can.
and cast something. Just because it doesn't count as a leveled spell.
Her spirit totem isn't a spell; it's a class ability.
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Yep.
Yeah, because
I played Circle of the Shepherd before.
Oh. Then yeah, go for it.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so spike growth. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. The transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom perception check against your spell's save DC to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it. And I was going to do my best attempt at 20 feet. I don't really know.
Are we in that area or?
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was worried.
This is my 20-foot-ish radius. I don't know, that's my best attempt of a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
Since it has a 150-foot range.
Alright, so these spiky, jagged thorns just stop popping up out of the ground in this 20-foot radius, and you see this bandit, as soon as they pop up, just start hopping from one foot to the other, trying unsuccessfully to not get stabbed.
I'm gonna put what the damage is, by the way, in the roll chat so that we don't have to relook at it.
Okay.
And then if the creature didn't see the area at the time it was cast, then they have to make a wisdom.
He
check.
saw it.
Yeah, I just meant that for later for your
Okay.
Inside the earth.
other bandits if they come out. So
All right. It's
my
his turn. And he wants to move, but he can't.
Or it might kill him.
Yeah, so it's for every 5 feet. Right? Uninx? Hello?
Yeah, it's for every 5 feet, I believe.
yes, it's every 5 feet. I put it in
Put
the.
it on the big rolls.
Okay.
Ooh.
I just
Then,
attempted to make a 20-foot radius. I don't really know if it's 20 feet, but I was trying to not include any of us in it, obviously.
then he will drop his scimitar and grab a light crossbow from his side. And okay. So he can hit one of y'all. Or he can try.
Who is he aiming for?
The closest person to him, which is you.
Hey!
So,
You miss.
maybe.
We'll see. Roll first.
Okay. That does miss. Your AC is 15. So, he just kind of shakily drops the scimitar, grabs out a light crossbow, and fires it, and it wigs off. Like, not even close to any of you.
Oh, my face.
And he's terrified at that point, so he's gonna try and run. 5,
Oh no.
10, 15. So that's 2d4 every 5 feet, so 2, 4, 6.
This kills him.
This poor man!
Oh yeah, and on that last step, he just falls to the ground. And he is gone.
Bad and naughty bandits get put in the spiky ground.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next up is David. The captain is right next to you, and the other one has not left the bushes.
What do I even do? I'm aware of the dude in
Just attack the dude.
the dude right in front of me. I'm aware of the. Oh fuck, right?
You're aware that he is under some form of spell.
Am I aware of the dude in the bushes over here?
Yes, with the y'all made a perception check. That was high enough that y'all could have seen him. But he has not moved from there.
This right here is a cliff?
Yes.
Whoa. I'm gonna walk over that way towards the cliff, so
Alright.
I can look diagonally, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna just end here and I'll wait, see if he'll fall in front of me.
Okay. Next up, Cass.
Hi! So I would also be privy to the one who is in the bushes.
Everyone knows about the bush.
Beautiful, because I'm going to step over here and I'm going to make a persuasion check. I'm
Okay.
going to tell him, my friend, this fight is obviously lost. Follow your leader into town and we'll leave you be.
Alright, roll your check.
Do it or shoot.
1d20 plus, I believe it's 8. Yeah. Ooh, 19.
Okay, so with a 19, he's just gonna step out about right here, nod, put his scimitar up, and just shamefully, with his head held down, just walk slowly past the big man with the sword, slowly past the lady,
Oh,
and
Cass is
just
male. I should say that.
follow his boss as they both just leave.
Head out to the sunset.
Good job, you guys. You survived your first encounter.
Hey!
I wonder what this
I
does.
will loot the body.
You're gonna loot the 2 bodies?
Yep.
Okay.
Go
Go ahead and roll
Assume that's
investigation.
like, and 20 plus 2 investigation.
I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing.
Alright, we got a 12.
That's a mood.
Okay.
Why is there a pencil in the middle here?
I guess I might investigate too. That's a pencil.
I'm not sure why there's a pencil.
I'll just loot the body that got pricked to death. Guess that's an investigation too.
Yes. So, Salem, you're searching the one that got beheaded?
Yeah, my beheaded body.
Okay. He had on him, he had 2 scimitars on him. They're not great quality,
Sometimes
but if you want to take them,
it's fine. I'll take them. I'll sell them. Somewhere.
he also had... let me roll this, and then let me roll this. 1 silver piece on him.
1 silver, hell yeah. Money.
Alright, and you got a natural 20 on your investigation?
It was a modified 20. I rolled a natural 19.
Okay. Then you're searching the one that got thorned to death.
Yeah. Was it a murder or a suicide? That's the question in my mind as I loot him.
Kind of hard to tell.
Oh.
So he has... He shot once, so... He's got 6 crossbow bolts on him. And then... you find 9 silver pieces in his pocket.
Nice.
Alright, and with that quickly wrapped up combat, you all kind of just shrug your shoulders and start setting up camp for the night to rest.
I instantly beheaded someone.
Well, we should
and it is
move away from here at the very least before setting up camp.
that's fair. But it is.
I will, I guess, congratulate Salem. I'm just going to say,
Good
I
murdering.
don't believe I've seen such a skilled swordsman before. You have my respect.
What happened to the head? Where's the head?
I just pointed
it's
at
next
the
to the body.
Odd.
Aw.
Pointed the...
Unless you kicked it to a bush, then yes, it would be by a bush.
Nah. It's like that. You cut it, it stays there until he falls. It falls off.
I was half expecting you to point to the skies, and I just see one bird in the distance.
All right,
holding the head.
we are going to call it there for tonight because it is 7:14.
Okay.
We went a little
Okay.
over, but great session.
Great
Thank you all for you who viewed and stayed and watched. We appreciate you, and thank you players for playing, and you the
Yeah, thanks for
viewers.
having